Welcome back to Nanodosing. We've got a very special Nanodosing, a bittersweet Nanodosing with our good friend Coley Mick. He rejoins the pod. He has been off raising a family. He has some breaking career news that takes quite a twist. And this podcast is brought to you by our great friends over at Yotta. It's a new app. I don't know if you guys have downloaded it yet, but it's called Yotta, Y-O-T-T-A, and it gives you the chance to win cash without ever losing a cent. It's like the lottery, but you never lose money. So it's a bank account, basically, and it pays out interest and prizes up to $10 million every week just by saving. So you just save, and they give you essentially lottery tickets. Try to make more money off your savings. It makes it easy and fun to save, spend, and manage your money. So it's a savings account where every $20 that you deposit gives you a ticket. And they do a weekly drawing where you can win anywhere from 10 cents to $10 million jackpot. So every night a number drops at the end of the week. The more numbers that you've matched, the more money that you end up making. So win or not, you never lose your FDIC insured deposits. So that's good. It's FDIC insured. And you also always earn more interest than most banks with 0.2% guaranteed. That's pretty good. So that's the minimum, is 0.2% that they guarantee. And then you have the opportunity to win way more than that, up to $10 million. Again, every week they do a $10 million jackpot, and your money's FDIC insured. So whatever you put in, it's like any other bank account up to the FDIC insurance limits. That money is yours. It's not going anywhere. You're not risking anything, but you can win a bunch of money. Download Yotta in the App Store today. Use the code MACRO when you sign up, and you get 100 extra tickets to win cash in next week's sweepstakes. And you can't lose money. So it's Yotta, Y-O-T-T-A. Use the promo code MACRO when you sign up. Y-O-T-T-A. Use the code MACRO when you sign up on the App Store, or you can click this link right here in our YouTube description.
Also, Arian, that video of you getting your ass whooped by your daughter was funny at medieval
This
times.
is fun, right? This is fun.
We were talking about medieval times on the last show.
Yeah.
We should all go.
Yeah.
I have so many.
Man,
we have so many
hey.
food spots we need to hit there.
It is one of my favorite things to do.
Shit's the
I will
best.
make that trip monthly just to go to that shit. It's so fun. You get into it. Start talking shit to the other jousters.
Coley.
Mm-hmm.
We
What-
shit talking jousters.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're talking medieval times.
Well, now I'm reconsidering.
All right, that voice you hear is Coley. We've missed you on this podcast, Coley, but you have been raising not one but two human beings.
Mhm.
But
Well, I'm kind of watching the raising. The wife takes care of the heavy lifting.
you're supervising. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're joined today. You have an announcement. If you haven't seen it, it's probably been online. But I wanted to have Coley on to tell you guys straight up.
Yeah, I put in my 2 weeks. It's actually a little bit more complicated. I went on Dave's show because he can't have conversations in private. And it sounds like I'm actually on the trading block.
Okay. So what are we talking?
I don't know.
Skip?
I asked,
I'll trade
I
Coley
asked
for
him-
Skip straight up. I'll be totally. I love you to death. If it brings Skip Bayless into town, I'd sell you guys all out in a heartbeat.
Do you think that's my value? Am I a young enough prospect to get Fox Sports to even listen?
Yeah. When's the trading deadline? I feel like trade deadline is before football season starts, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer if it got sorted out well before that. Although training camp open, football's here.
Okay. So explain trading block.
Listen, this is not something I saw coming, so I don't have much of a form of an explanation. But it sounds like in order to have as much leverage on the open market as possible, because they don't want me outright signing with someone they view as a competitor, which I have no idea if that's even going to happen because I've been under contract, so I haven't talked to any other companies. But I put in my 2 weeks. I talked to Dave, and he said, "Well, you can't just quit the Red Sox and sign with the Yankees." To which I replied, "Well, no, I would just demand a trade, and we don't do that." To which he replied, "Sure, we do." So it sounds like if I want to go to another company that talks about sports, which is really all I'm qualified to do, I'm going to have to be traded. So I'm sorry to steal all the headlines from other podcaster Kevin Durant, but I feel like I just became the biggest name on the block.
Yeah. Holy shit. So I'm just thinking through our competitors or people that Dave would see. Is he going to try to do like a swapsies of you for Carabas?
I don't know if that's what he has in mind, but that company has come up in early discussions. The rumor mill has been floated that way. But yeah, I mean, he said my biggest thing was like, I have a whole family to support. And in order to get the best deal possible, I just don't want to have a lack of leverage. And he understands that. But he also understands like you can't just quit and go sign with a competitor because I don't live in a vacuum. He doesn't want a million people now doing that, which I understand. So I guess I'm on the trade block.
But you could, by the letter of the law, you could quit and then sign with a competitor.
Definitely.
But we're trying to figure out a way to not have that happen.
I think it's funnier. I think it's much funnier if I were to get traded.
It is. I've never heard. Well, no, there have been some trades, I think. I just read about one today. It was a proposed trade, and it was like Fox Sports back in the day. And it was like Katie Nolan almost got traded for some person who's like very, very much not Katie Nolan.
Okay.
Well, ESPN traded Al Michaels for Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. You think?
Oh, that's right.
There's any animated stuff out there that we could get in return that we've been seeking?
I'm gonna have a competitor acquire the rights to a recently freed Winnie the Pooh and put Pooh on the table.
Coley to ESPN for the rights to Phineas and Ferb and the Disney Channel original movie Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Who says no?
Okay.
Is there a trade machine?
I'm interested to see. Yeah, I'm interested to see like what my value is in terms of a trade. I mean, Arian, as someone who actually could have been traded in the real world, did that ever cross your mind?
Value?
Yeah, like did you ever think like, oh, a team would definitely trade like 2 firsts for me?
Oh yeah. During my height, they actually used to put out like reports because when I was like in my prime in Houston before my injury, there was like a push to trade me. It was like trade him now to get all the value out you can of it. And I think it was like a first and a third was my trade value then.
That's pretty good.
I was flattered.
That's crazy high for a running back.
It was a different time.
Well, I was nice. What you mean?
No, but I'm saying like that it does show how good you were at that point where it's like
that in your prime, right? So if you were to trade for Derrick Henry now, or you were to trade for who else is killing right
Christian
now?
Christian
McCaffrey now. That's what you would. That's the value you would get for anybody. But that's any position, right? You're not gonna get a first rounder for a mid tier anything.
Right.
All right. This is from Ryan Glassbeagle. He writes for the Post. He used to write the Big Lead, and he said in 2015, Fox and Disney nearly completed a trade involving Ian Darke and Katie Nolan. And Katie Nolan would have gone to work for Bill Simmons at Grantland, but it fell through because Fox also wanted Marty Smith from ESPN. So as I'm going to just declare myself to be VP of football operations for this podcast, I will entertain a trade. Coley Mick, straight up, for his position on this podcast, for Chris Broussard.
Ooh.
That's a pass.
Where does he even work now?
I don't know.
Does he still work at Fox? Does he still work at Fox?
No, Chris. I don't want Chris on this show. I think that he would get very jealous of Big T.
Yeah, wait, hold up, yo. So hold on. I don't know if we can discuss this publicly or not. If we can't, black it out. But can't you still be on the pod, bro?
Depends where I end up. That's the long and short of it. If I go to a place that isn't, because we have people even like on the dozen, we have people who don't work for this company, who I would argue work for competitors who compete in that, and that's our content. So if they don't view it as a direct competitor, yeah, I could definitely still keep doing this.
All right, so this ain't a goodbye. This might probably see what happened. Going to see you in a few.
Yeah, I like to deliver it like as harshly as possible so people can prepare for the worst. And then if it's not the worst,
under promise, over deliver.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I speak for everybody when I say that we would love to have Coley still be contributing to the show, no matter where you end up. So we'll try to make that happen with the understanding that it might be impossible, depending on how things shake out. But I think
we could just, you know,
we just do
underhand
it.
the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be like, we have a new guest on today's show, Molly Kick. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about me is I don't have that distinctive a voice. So
Wear a mustache. Wear a mustache, get a toupee or something.
Yeah, I got to shave every Monday. It's like playing for the fucking Yankees all of a sudden.
Yeah, you never know, man. You never know where you'll end up. But yeah.
No, we don't. And like being the people would have heard it by now. For most people listening will have heard it by now. But like me and Dave, it was like not a contentious conversation at all. It was like very civil. He understands like my reasoning and all that. So we'll see what happens. I'm flummoxed by the idea that I'm now on the trading block. Not something I anticipated in all of this, but I'm super interested to see how it happens.
Who is a current member of the sports media that you could get traded for and you'd be like, you know what, I'm okay with that?
I don't know if all of a sudden ESPN was like, you know what, we've kind of had enough of this Stephen A. Smith character. We need some
their highest paid employee.
Yeah, I would be
some diversity over there at ESPN.
I don't want that contract. I'm just gonna say it. I don't want to have that on my books. He's not even showing up for work all of August because he's got a shoulder injury. He's milking that. Big red flags with Stephen A. Smith.
He's going to ruin our salary cap.
Yeah, my medical team has actually taken him off our big board because of their concerns about his rotator cuff.
Wow.
No deal.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a very new concept to me. As of like an hour ago, this is a very new concept to me. I didn't expect them to be like, yeah, go wherever you want. We'd love that. I didn't expect them to be like, we can trade you. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. So who's the host of Undisputed right now? Because I think she wants to leave. I would trade her for Coley just because, not because I want to get rid of Coley or I want her, but because I want to see Coley moderating the debate between Skip and Shannon Sharp every day. I think that would be fantastic.
I feel like I'm terrible in that role. I'd want to argue with both of them. So
all right. So Billy just joined us from his undisclosed location that we figured out, but you'll have to listen later on in the episode because we are doing a little bit of time traveling right now. So Billy, you wanted to join to talk to Coley about his impending departure?
Or not?
I just wanted to say thank you, Coley, for all the guidance you've given me in the blog world as a head editor. I hope that you'll be successful and have like as much success in whatever future endeavors you hold. And I'm going to miss you. And I'm very sad about you leaving. And I hope everything's good with you moving forward.
I appreciate all that, Billy. Who would you trade me for?
Have you been traded?
I'm on the block. I'm on the trading block.
I popped in late and I just heard like, have you been traded to another company? Can we do that?
It's being discussed. I'm looking forward to like when this becomes more standard in the industry. I'm looking forward to the Wikipedia page and it having to cite me as being the first traded to another company.
Yeah,
like that's going to be fun.
And then we get to debate for years and years, like who won that trade.
Right.
Who did you get traded to?
No one yet. I just hit the trading block. I guess
we're talking through potential deals.
So last night at when does the day before? I check about 6, 8, whenever it comes out. Mm-hmm. An hour after that, because I assume I'll be after Patty. That makes sense, at least in my mind. Yeah, what if I get traded for like other UFC prospects?
Yeah, or if you get traded,
they just make me fight.
What if you got traded to an actual team? Like, what if there's a team social media that like wants Coley and wants you to run their social accounts and also run their online content? What if it's the Nets? What if we traded Coley to the Nets for Kyrie? So okay. Kyrie stops like playing sports and he instead just becomes a full-time streamer podcaster.
I'm starting point guard for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, well, maybe you're on the bench, but you're not. You're just tweeting, so people can like watch you tweet from the bench as the game's going on.
So I'm Kevin Durant. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, it may take a while because the contract states has to be in the season. But if Kyler doesn't uphold his 4 hours a week of independent film study and they want to get rid of his deal,
Yeah.
you want to go play quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals? He could stream for us. He'd love that.
Yep.
I'm sure I'll fizzle out in November just like he does. So I can't imagine it'll be much worse for them.
Probably do it for half as much.
Wait. You're fucking going. You're going
Sorry,
to the,
guys.
You're going to the Live Tour.
Yeah.
That's where you're going. You've been talking to Saudis.
me and Charles Barkley were forming the new Inside Abu Dhabi.
I'd listen to that.
Let me know if you need a caddy, dog. I'm in that motherfucker too.
I gotta go catch a bus. See you, boys.
Okay, bye, Billy.
Bye, Billy.
Love you all.
Love you too. Billy's sentiment, his heart's definitely in the right place on that. I think he said what a lot of us think, which is we're going to miss you on the show. You've been a great part of it, and we loved having you here. But if there's any possible way that we can keep you on and keep you joining, whether it's on a part-time or full-time, whatever it is, that door is always open.
Yeah, I mean, look, that may be part of trade negotiations. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
That's his
You gotta
weird
stand on the
clause.
table for that. That's you gotta be like, listen, this is and anything else is a no-go. I gotta stay on the macro, dog.
It's all very new to me, so it's certainly on the table.
I think we can make the rules.
We can't. Nothing's off the
I
table.
think all of the rules are made up. Like, this has never happened.
Yeah.
So whatever happens is going to set the precedent moving forward.
I don't think it's a high chance, but this show does well.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a non-zero chance, 0 to 5, that somebody says, what if they want all of macro?
We're all going?
I'm just saying, I think there's a non-zero chance somebody says we want everyone on that show.
Well, the guy sitting next to you is part of another equally large show. Some would say larger.
It's
So
fair.
that may complicate things.
That's fair.
It does get murky when you start splitting up like entire shows. If I were to come into this office and I'm doing part of my take Monday, Wednesday, Friday for Barstool, and then I'm doing macrodosing on Tuesday and Thursday for Bleacher Report.
It'd be tough. It would certainly be tough.
You
But
might,
yeah,
you might just get traded to Joe Rogan. Just be his sports guy.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be lit.
That'd be
He
interesting.
don't really do sports except for UFC, right?
No, he doesn't care about any other sport. But he's super passionate about UFC. But he doesn't have a sports vertical.
He doesn't.
I was proud of that. I think I'm the only football player to ever be on his podcast, right?
If I were a betting man, I would say you might be joined by another guy soon.
Do you know some shit? I mean, I don't even know what you're insinuating, but do you know some shit?
I mean, like Aaron Rodgers is going to go on the Joe Rogan show at some point, right?
No question. Yeah, no question.
My brain went to such a different thought. I was like, who's like a racist football player?
My brain went to AB.
Riley Cooper joins Joe Rogan.
Nah, he's not. Riley Cooper.
No, that's
I forgot about Riley Cooper.
yeah. That was wild. You were in the league when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Was
crazy.
that shocking?
We
or no?
we weren't as polarized as a nation. No. Anytime white people say nigga, it never. I do have a default. You're probably racist in me, but when I'm proven wrong, that's a great day for me. I love it. It's amazing. But I default when I meet white people, I'm like, you probably got it in you a little bit. Yeah.
But you're always pleasantly surprised when you're proven. So like if you hang out with a white guy for 12 hours and he doesn't drop an N-bomb, you're like, that was pretty
that
cool.
was nice. That was all right. That was all right there.
He said it to me one of the times we were in New York. He was like, man, when we first started talking, I thought you were a terrible person.
That's fact.
I was like, thanks.
But it's not just white people, right? It's like I think people in
Boston
general
white people.
are shitty. Yeah, definitely from Boston though. But I think people in general are just shitty people. And then when you set your bar of expectations super low, right? It's like amazing when you find a decent human being. It's like, oh, dope, you're a cool human. But like the majority of people I meet are fucking assholes. So I'm like, par for the course.
Let's do a little insider trading here. So Tommy Alter, he is also, I think by name, a associate producer on this podcast because he helped set the entire thing up. What if we traded Coley to Tommy for JJ Redick?
You talk about bloated salary. He just got $10 million from Amazon.
Really?
That's
American?
what KFC told me. Yeah. Yeah.
Who did?
JJ.
Oh, for the old man in the 3?
I assume so. I mean, he might be doing something else there. You never know what else is going on.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
Could be a
Shout out to
Wayfair
that.
type thing where they're trying to move people back and forth. JJ knows how to do that.
That's not fair. That's not fair, Coley. That person that was in the trunk of his Uber did not belong to him, and they called the police immediately.
Oh, I'm not up on this story. What is this?
That's one of the funnier stories because obviously I don't think anything bad happened. Like it was an honest mistake, right? Does anyone get arrested in that?
So what happened? I'm probably going to butcher the story, but something along the lines of JJ and I think his fiance or wife. I'm not sure where in the timeline we are here. They were in an Uber, and then they heard somebody. It was like an SUV, I think, and they heard somebody in like the way back moving around, and so they made the guy pull over. He pulled the car over, and they're like, "Oh shit! There's a like foot back there. There's definitely a human being in the back of this Uber." And so they got out and they called the police, and then the car drove away. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So,
they were
With the body in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want. I don't want to use the word body because that implies that it was dead. There was a body in there, but it was an alive body.
Yeah,
It's not. If they heard it moving, that takes away the dead implication. Damn.
He was
They
part
was-
of an incidental kidnapping, and it's like
That's why. But how you just randomly Ubering people with a body in the back, yo? What
Yeah,
the
you
fuck?
just got to close out of the app. Maybe they accepted the ride already, and they're like, "Oh shit! If I don't pick this up, my rating is going to go way down."
I said this will keep me inconspicuous. I'm just doing the job.
well, if the guy in the back had stayed quiet, that's a perfect alibi.
Yeah, I was working. I had people in my car.
Yeah, I've got plenty of witnesses.
Damn, that's wild. I never heard that.
If you're going to do that, you have to have a car with a trunk too. It can't be like the back row of an SUV.
Right.
All right, well, I'm going to cook up some more trade scenarios, Coley.
I thought of one more. I don't know who we'd trade for necessarily, but there is a company that has recently gotten into sports that I think you'd enjoy working at.
Oh boy.
Outkick.
Daily Wire is doing some good, decent sports coverage over there. They just had Ron DeSantis on talking about his Yale baseball days. It was a good
I was gonna
interview.
say, I'm pretty sure I have them blocked. Mostly sure. There's a Daily Wire Plus. Can we get a single company that has a streaming service and they don't just tack plus to the end of it? Like, where's the creativity?
The NFL just did that.
I know it's everyone. Everyone just adds a plus. And it's
Wait,
like,
what is the NFL Plus going to be?
You can get local and primetime games streamed to your tablet. You can get the like home broadcasting, the radio call streamed to your tablet or to your phone.
And then it's like film after the fact.
yeah,
Yeah.
all 22.
So Stephen
That's
Shea
not
will
bad.
have it.
I'm gonna get it. I'll be honest.
That's not actually bad.
I'm gonna
because a
pick
lot of
that up.
times, like, you know, you a game in your area, you like, I don't want to watch the fucking whatever. You know what I mean? I want to watch that makes sense.
Well, then you also get out of market preseason games, which is big because those have
Nobody
always
cares
been
about
tough
that.
to track down.
Yeah.
They're on My TV 30.
Yeah, I used to watch those on Justin.tv, which was the precursor to Twitch, and you'd have to click like 7 different tiny X's and all the pop-up ads, and you had to do them in the correct order each time, or else you were going to take into like a Hungarian boner pill website. Yeah, that was an era for me. But Coley, best of luck. Hope this isn't goodbye. Well, it's not going to be goodbye no matter what, but
Sure.
hope
We
you
all
get-
work on the internet at the end of the day. Like, we'll see each other.
Tell you what, if you subscribe,
I'm unfollowing. I'm following and blocking. As soon as we end this episode, peace. No.
if you subscribe to Macrodosing Plus, you get Coley's parts. If you're not on Macrodosing Plus, it's just going to be 60 seconds of silence, and you're going to have to fill it in yourself, wondering what sort of weird Red Sox player he's talking about.
If you
I've done a great job not talking about sports. You usually lead me in that direction. I'm surprised you haven't asked me about Kevin Durant yet.
What about Kevin Durant?
I'm against it.
Against it
Like
fully.
the human.
No, I love Kevin.
Trading
I
him
love
to the
Kevin.
Celtics.
Trading him to the Celtics, I'm against.
Oh,
You think
y'all
your
need
core's
something.
too valuable?
I mean, I'm a Jalen guy. Everyone knows that. Like,
Y'all ain't gonna win nothing without another hit. Without a hit.
you have no idea what other moves we've made this offseason.
I don't, but it ain't him.
The guy we just swept.
Is there another top 10 player in the world
Come
that
on.
you guys have traded for this offseason?
Are you telling me Kevin Durant will not be an addition?
No, I love
and put your,
it's we'd have to give up 3 starters. I said this was my same argument when Anthony Davis at the trading block a few years ago. When you have to get rid of 3 starters to add a guy, like it's a little more complicated than just like, yeah, Kevin Durant's a top 10 player all time. Would love to have him, not for the cost. I don't think it's worth it.
what about draft picks? What about 5 first rounders?
If all it took was Al Horford and as many first rounders as legally possible to trade, yeah, I'd be all for it. But that doesn't appear to be what Brooklyn's angling for, which I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Would you what if you got traded to the Ringer, but the catch is you had to be Bill Simmons' job. So you took over Bill Simmons' position at the Ringer and we get Bill back. So he doesn't want to work anymore. He doesn't want to like manage people. He wants to show up and do a podcast and that's it. Would you want to manage the Ringer?
Well, it's emo week, PFT.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So I don't know if creatively I jive with that.
Okay, so what I'm also hearing for you is you do not want to be traded for Ryan Russillo.
No, I mean, when you're like, when Kevin Durant's asking for these trades, like he was like, yeah, I want to go play with those guys. I'd rather play with Russillo than Simmons.
Yeah. So who are the guys that you want to play with?
Again, this whole trade thing. Just
I don't want to tamper. I don't know if I'm tampering right now.
That's what I mean. I don't know. I mean, we're in the deal zone. We've entered the deal zone for sure.
Hot stove.
Yeah, it's more or less like what ends up happening. I'm very interested to see how it plays out. I think it's fun. I think it's the funniest way it could possibly happen.
Yeah, it is. It's very funny. Like I hope that you end up someplace that you like and someplace that you'll feel
I
like.
hope I have some say. When you started talking about like you're going to run some team social media, like that doesn't sound fun.
I was going to ask, do you have a no trade clause? Or can you be dealt anywhere?
I feel like I have a 10-5 because I've been here as long as I've been. So I feel like I do. Like when you've been at a place in MLB for 10 years, you get that no trade clause. So I feel like I probably have some say.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I was pretty much told like go find a deal and we'll try and facilitate it. So I feel like I have some control. If I have no control, that really sucks. I feel like I would just quit.
This is going to be fascinating to watch this shake out.
Yeah, I've truly at this moment, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Okay, well, good luck, Coley.
I'll tweet about it as if he's.
It's just my life and the life of my family, like nothing major.
No.
We got to make some memes of that trade guy with his hands going like this in the middle. I receive, you receive.
Yeah.
This made it less sad. Because this is funny.
That there's a potential trade on the horizon.
Yeah. When you sent that text and we were like, he's coming on, I'm like, shit, I'm kind of sad. But I'm still sad a little, but it's funny.
There's levity to it, though.
Yeah.
Who's someone, if I got traded for him, Big T, you'd be thrilled that I'm gone?
Ben Shapiro.
Nah.
Shapiro on a second round pick.
I'm trying to think. I'm genuinely trying to think of somebody that if you got traded for, I'm like, shit, like good riddance.
Charlie Kirk in a third.
No, I'm trying like in sports. I don't know. I'm gonna blog some potential destinations and packages.
Yeah. I would say maybe like wait till Monday. Let's see how it shakes out. But yeah,
he wants to diversify the show. He wants to go with Jason Whitlock in the third.
Oh no!
Oh God!
Yeah, Big T. Actually,
no, I wouldn't mind Jason Whitlock, but I wouldn't be happy Coley was gone.
It would be an argument.
Thank
every
you.
Episode.
No, I would rather have Coley.
We'll take Jason Whitlock, but also throw in Tommy Lahren contract.
I was just gonna say Tommy Lahren.
Just her contract.
Yeah, just a contract.
Her show's doing
We'll
well.
see if we can make it work. She does Call Her Daddy.
Listen, the clicks we'd get from that.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
that would go crazy.
All right, Coley. Well, we're gonna miss you. Maybe on the show. Maybe we'll have you on. Who knows how things are gonna shake out? But
you guys like rapping? I feel like I'm getting kicked off now.
Well, we did do the whole show, but I feel like we should just make this the show now. Well, we got to keep in the parts where Billy is.
Yeah, listen. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll keep in the good parts of the show.
Oh, got it.
And then we'll cut out the rest.
I'll figure that out.
Okay, I trust you.
We've been recording for 2 hours.
It wasn't great anyway. Don't worry about it.
Stay tuned. There's a must-listen conversation about which dogs are the most homophobic.
That's why I'm going to miss this if I can't continue to do it.
Yeah, just tell me what your most racist and most homophobic dog breeds are.
I mean, the most racist has to be the German Shepherd.
I said that.
We talked about that.
Coley,
Yeah.
that was my take.
Because I know also the cop dogs aren't shepherds. What are they? They're the
Malinois.
Yeah, the Malinois.
I forgot about the cop dogs.
Cop dogs.
That's why I thought y'all were saying they were the most racist.
Fucking canine unit.
It's
Wow.
for sure. I know Arian hates dogs just because they're dogs, but when the dog cat arguments come up online, like the fact that cats aren't cops is a big check in their favor.
That's
It's about the only one.
No,
Yeah, I agree.
That's the main one. Cats
Yeah, it's
are
the
better
main
than
one.
dogs.
It's a big check, and I love it. So it's a big
Facts.
check.
And they got big homies way better. Like dogs have no big homies. Cats got the best big homies
Listen.
in the planet.
The Wolverine gets so overlooked in this conversation. The Wolverine is as good as any big cat.
That a cat?
That's a dog.
What?
The wolf.
Dogs are wolves.
Wolf is the like if you were to break down the word, it's wolf.
Wait,
Wolverine.
the Wolverine is not a wolf though.
I'm pretty sure it's canine. I'm pretty sure like it's in canine.
Oh, it could be. I don't know the taxonomy like that, but what I do know is
The one time Billy's not fucking.
the cat's big homies are by far the superior breeds than the dog's big homies. Dogs' big homies are wolves, and they all you talking about lions and
You
tigers.
know how you feel about wolves.
It is what it is, bro. You mean to tell me a lion or a tiger, a wolf could get a lion or a tiger? You gotta be
No,
smart.
I wouldn't say that. But
Oh.
I do
It's not
think
even close though.
male lions do get a lot of credit that they don't deserve.
I would agree with that. Tigers are probably more superior, but lions are like dubbed the king of the jungle. But they're still more beautiful, I'd argue.
Who gave them that distinction outside of the Lion King? Like they've done nothing to earn that reputation.
Yeah, I really think it might be just the movie. Were they viewed like that before Lion King?
I couldn't tell you. I if I were to actually give someone the crown, it would for sure be hippos. For sure.
Yeah, I also don't think that lions really, they don't chill in jungles, do they? They chill out on the savannah, on the prairies.
It gets pretty complicated, like that whole savannah versus jungle.
Yeah, I mean, when you go into Africa, the lands, what is it called? The
Strata?
topography. Yeah, it starts to blend. You know, I don't know though.
Jungle is just a hard word. Jungle goes hard.
Jungle is hard, and like, it's probably okay. So if you were on Naked and Afraid, what's the environment that you least like? I'm not going
Arctic
there.
tundra.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think. Well, I wouldn't even consider that one.
Yeah, that'd be bad. But jungle.
Yeah, I'm not doing cold. Yeah, but jungle would probably be like, yeah. It's like everywhere you turn, there's no safety.
Yeah, the
Even
only
if you-
place you can chill is up in a tree, but then there are also snakes, and you can also fall out.
The flies with diseases that could take you out too. Like
everything. Jungle's tough.
any sort of desert, hot or cold, would be my answer. Like, there's no good desert. There's nothing you could, even if it's not like an animal, it's a threat. There's no way to survive.
Yeah, in the desert, it's everywhere around you will kill you. Everything, the air.
Right. And like even a warm desert at night, it's like all of a sudden 30 below. Like there's no winning.
Yep. Desert would be bad too. All right. Well, Coley, thank you for joining us. I sad to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. Let me see that caboose one last time, Coley.
It's I got Hank Hill's ass. Like it's a tough scene back there. It's just an ironing board.
All right, man. Well, take care. I'm gonna miss you.
Love you,
and
Coley.
send us some trade
you guys
requests
too.
that we can entertain for Coley, because my ears are open on this one. If we're gonna lose a prime free agent eventually, then I'd like to see a high return on him.
Yeah, I'm either gonna be very insulted or my ego's never gonna be higher.
All right, Will Kane, and that's the best I can do.
Oh, I've got one. Who's on the Jazz now? Mitchell?
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell.
All right. Coley to the Jazz for Donovan Mitchell and also the rights to the Book of Mormon.
It's pretty good.
Wasn't Babe Ruth traded for a play?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to finance one.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well,
Terrible play.
we'll listen. All right. Bye, Coley. Thank you, buddy.
Bye, Coley.
Love you.
Love you guys too.
I'm following you.
All right. Is he gone? Block that motherfucker. I don't care what we get back for him. All right. Thank you to Coley. We're going to miss him. We love him. Hopefully we'll see him around. Hopefully it's not the end of this, but in case it is, he was a great part of the show. And we really loved having him around. I am excited to see where he ends up and how this ends up working its way out, because a trade in sports media, I'm excited. I'm excited to find out. The rest of the show is brought to you by our good friends at eBay. eBay is changing the game once again for buying and selling sneakers online, from rare dead stock to the latest release, or even carefully loved pre-owned kicks. I love my new Air Max 270s. I've got a good rotation of shoes this summer, rocking my Penny 2s, my Kamikazes, my Sean Kemps. If you're looking for sneakers like these, you should be using eBay Sneakers. When you buy with eBay's authenticity guarantee, you rest easy knowing that everything, including the box that came in, is 100% legit. With millions of sellers across the globe, the drops never stop. eBay Sneakers, authenticity guaranteed. It's guaranteed with eBay Sneakers. Okay, Billy, can you put yourself on mute when you're not talking?
Oh, is it that bad? I can go outside.
No. Stay in there. It's good that you're in a McDonald's recording this episode. I think that's funny. But just...
It's European McDonald's, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
All right, so Billy, this is very important. Oh, look at that cup. That's a cool cup. What's on the menu in the European McDonald's?
Okay, so they have everything, but it's better. They have like a McChicken, it's real chicken. They have a croque monsieur, which is like fancy grilled cheese. I probably look totally disheveled right now. I've been traveling all day in a sweaty bus with no AC. But what else is there? They have Filet-O-Fish, different fish meals, different desserts. Let me go grab
get something weird. I want to see get something weird. Do they have Royale with cheese?
I'm gonna go order something. Let me go order something else right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I wonder where he is right now. Where in the world is Billy Football?
All right, let me tell you. Oh, it's all in French.
So is he in France?
You're in Gay Paris.
No. All right.
Are you in
There's
Nice?
many countries that speak French.
Are you in Nice?
No. Nope.
Belgium?
Okay. No.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you guys about these caves. I've seen. All right. Signature. So they have.
Arian, welcome. Billy is in a McDonald's in an undisclosed European vacation, telling us about the different menu.
They have a veggie avocado burger. They have a triple cheeseburger. They have a.
Wait, they have a triple cheeseburger?
Yeah, they have ciabatta stuff.
Yo, Billy, get a triple cheeseburger.
Okay.
You can expense it.
I'm expensing.
He was waiting for you to say
first,
something.
Yeah.
Poisson.
Do they have chicken selects?
They have croque McDo.
What's that?
It's like a croque monsieur.
Can you get a croque
like
monsieur avec poisson? Ask for a croque monsieur avec poisson, s'il vous plaît.
Okay, so the fish. So fish grill. Oh shit. Modify. Ham. It's just ham, cheese, and bun.
Okay, then get a fish. Get a fish on the side, a side fish, and then the triple cheeseburger, and then make them into one giant sandwich.
Okay. That needs the croque for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna get the McFish.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna get the croque monsieur, and then I'm gonna get the triple cheeseburger bacon. What else do they have? Like the desserts, they have donuts.
Aaron, I think you're muted.
Where you at, bro? What are we?
I'm in a four-way land. They have macaroons. I think I accidentally added one.
Arian wasn't here yesterday, so he's very confused.
Billy's reading the menu of a McDonald's in Belgium, probably.
It's not Belgium.
Luxembourg.
Nope.
Monaco.
I'm hitting the micro states. Hard.
You're in Monaco.
No, I'm not. That would be way too expensive.
Why is your location why are you hiding your location?
Because I don't want people to find me.
All right, so wait, Billy just said that he's hitting all the microstates, so he already hit Andorra. So the
I'm
other
looking on a map.
the other microstates would be Monaco.
Hey, bro, mute when you're not talking, though. I want to hear all these workers and interference in the background.
Because no
All
one
right,
knows.
you're either Monaco, Luxembourg, Liechtenstein is another microstate. That about
That's
does
where
it.
it is.
Are you in Liechtenstein? Yeah, Billy says yes. He's in Liechtenstein. We found him, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Wait, yeah, Arian doesn't know like the whole backstory of why Billy's not with
So
us.
part of my take decided to take the week off, and we recorded some stuff in advance, so we still have episodes coming out. But Billy also decided that meant that he was going to leave the country, which is fine. He can take a vacation. I just didn't know that he was going to be taking a vacation this week. But I didn't. I stayed here. But Billy did. But that's fine. Like, you have unlimited time off. I actually saw a thread on Twitter the other day that said unlimited PTO is a scam.
It is.
It makes a lot of sense.
It is.
That's
Yeah,
how
it
they-
makes you,
Absolutely a scam.
it makes you scared to take it.
Yeah, you're scared to take it. They deny you PTO, and they're like, oh, we got a big push coming out. We can't really do that now. And then if you leave that job, you don't get paid for the PTO that you didn't use because it's unlimited. Whereas most places, if they say, I don't know, 10 PTO days a year, 15, whatever it is, they have to pay you for those days that you don't use.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but when it's unlimited PTO, they don't.
Shit.
Yeah, we need more workplace regulation, right, Big T?
Maybe.
Yeah,
the
but-
labor board needs to step in on behalf of Big T.
But then you're
I
also
didn't say
limited
that.
to how many days you have, right?
Yeah, but then you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm using 5 of my 10 days. I'm taking them. See you in a week.
What if you want 20 days?
They highly discourage you. They have ways of being like, well, I'm using they in like a big global sense here. But if let's say you have 15 days that you get and it's written into your contract, they have to give you those days or they have to pay you for them. And if you do an unlimited PTO place, you're way less likely to actually take 15 days worth of vacation. Nobody ever uses the unlimited PTO days because when people do use them, then your bosses are like, wow, you're taking a lot of time off work.
Now, in fairness to where we work as opposed to most of these places, we get a good Christmas break. We get 4th of July the whole week off. So that's 2 weeks. You get 3 days for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I don't know what our strict policy is here. I think it's basically like, get your work done.
If the office is closed, that's when it's fair game to take vacation.
Yes,
Yeah, like we have unlimited PTO.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when operating on a contract by contract basis, that's taken into account in negotiations.
Yeah. Also, I think the culture here is basically like if you are doing a good job and get all your work done, then you can get away with a lot. You can take as many days off as you want as long as you're creating content.
And like for people like Avery and I who are behind the scenes, like we can do a lot of our work from not in this office too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and so can you guys.
Speaking of content creation, I went out with the king of content last night.
Oh my God,
Me and Mincy.
He came over by our desk. He was talking to Blackman. He's like, "What a night!" He's like, "I can't believe it." He's like, "I'm tired, but I'm pulling through."
yeah. Mincy was in rare form last night. He is a absolute savant when it comes to calling out what song is being played within the first half second of the song being played. Like those games that you can play like Hurdle on your phone where you play the start of a song and you identify it. With Mincy and Widespread Panic songs, it's the first half second. He'll lean over and just tell me in my ear what song they're playing. It's
he
incredible.
went 5 nights in a row. He'd have to know the set list by then.
That's where you'd be wrong, Big T, because Panic doesn't play the same set list 2 nights. So they hardly ever repeat songs. So you can go see them like 10 times, and of those 10 concerts, there will be, I don't know, 3 or 4 times that they play the same song. So
Interesting.
they've got a deep catalog, but they're very talented. I've never been into jam bands really, but their guitar player is amazing. One of the best guitarists I've ever seen live. Aaron, you ever listen to any jam bands?
Probably, but I didn't know they were jam. What is a jam band?
Like Fish?
You can tell me more than that.
Just really long songs with a bunch of solos that keep trading off over and over and over again.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, that's what this band was like, and they're incredible. But we're glad to have you back. Hope everything's going well, and wanted to.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Pop's got the pneumonia.
Oh, that sucks.
That shit's scary when you older.
Yeah. So he's all right now.
Yeah, he's better. He's recovering. He's still having trouble breathing, but he'll be all right, man. He'll bounce back.
Okay. All right. Well, we're thinking about you and hope he's doing well.
I don't get no prayers.
You got prayers.
Big T
I
gave
told
you
you got prayers.
Appreciate that. I appreciate the prayers.
I'm giving you thoughts.
I'll take both.
We got it all covered.
Got it all covered.
So Billy is trying to join back on right now. I guess before Billy gets on, the big news that came out yesterday, at least
on that Waffle House Wi-Fi right now.
Yeah, he's in McDonald's. McDonald.
McDonald.
Yeah.
McDowell's.
So Billy, how's Liechtenstein?
It's actually pretty crazy. I was walking around trying to ask people where the McDonald's was, and because I knew McDonald's has Wi-Fi that you can use, and they were all just like, "Oh, American looking for McDonald's."
Yeah,
and it was.
You're hitting all the stereotypes, man.
Yeah.
It's like if a French person came over here and was like, "Où est la bicyclette? Où est la bicyclette et la baguette?"
Do you speak French?
Je voudrais café au lait et bicyclette et cigarette.
Je parle un petit peu français. Je voudrais McDonald's.
What the hell's going on?
All right, so Billy speaks French and Russian better than he speaks English.
Je ne sais pas.
He could be totally just making this up right now. I'd have no clue.
No, he's saying it's Billy.
Do you speak French?
Yeah, un petit peu.
Why?
Un petit peu.
Pourquoi pas?
Assuming that was why not
Yeah,
from the inflection.
Oui.
Why did you learn to speak French? Did you go there or something?
No, oui. Je vais à France deux, ou trois, 2 or 3 times. I don't know. My French is very limited.
Grand T es un stupido.
Pretty sure that's Spanish.
No, it's Grand T, les incompétents.
I don't know.
I just remember that. I remember that line from Home Alone.
Yeah.
Kevin, you're what the French call les incompétents. This was the Home Alone 1, I believe.
Hang on,
Yep.
I gotta look up what.
Yep, that was the original.
Billy, mute when you're not talking. You have. There you go.
So, Arian, I don't know if you saw Kyler Murray got a big contract extension last week. 166 million guaranteed. Over 200 million is like the junk version of the contract, but it's essentially guaranteed for 166 million. But there's language that they found in his contract yesterday that said that he has to study film on his own for 4 hours a week. And it doesn't count if he's playing video games or if he's watching TV while he's studying.
You can't have
film.
a second screen. Also, I am not less incompetence. Okay, I looked up what that means.
But I've never heard of a contract like that. It seems pretty insulting, actually, to put that in the contract.
So we had a group chat with a couple boys I used to play with, and they brought it up, and we was looking at it, and I think there's little shit like that in everybody's contract, but it's like specific to that person. So what they're basically saying is you don't be watching film like that, and so for them to contractually obligate you to do that, that means you don't watch film. And as a quarterback, that's not a good sign. Them type of cats usually flush out, but he's like talented, so he's getting by. But for them to put it in your contract is not a good sign. Like, you don't want that reputation.
I have 2 questions. Number 1, how is that enforced? And number 2, 4 hours. He could knock that out on Monday and play video games the rest of the week.
Yeah, no, it's a low bar, but I don't think it can necessarily be enforced as far as like they can't see if you have another screen on. They ain't the CIA, but they have when they dish out they give everybody iPads now instead of playbooks, right? And so they give you iPad, and the film that you watch, you can see how much film you've watched. I mean, and honestly, you can just let that shit run.
So it's like Huddle. You can see how much everybody has done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, but I mean, it's corny. Like, so like that's not cool, right? Like you don't want the reputation on the team. It's like bro, watch film. Like, what is you doing? You know what I mean? Like you don't want to skip out on watching film. Like that's how you get an edge. Like especially as a quarterback, like you have to know these kind of things. And so it's like not. I don't know. It's not very. I sound old, but it's not like becoming of a quarterback. Like you don't want that. Just watch film. It's not even hard. Like just look at it.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like 4 hours is such an insultingly low amount of time too to put in the contract. That's so.
Especially if you get paid that much, bro. Like this is your job.
4 hours a week. It's ridiculous. Like
yeah.
I don't know. It must be a problem because they definitely wouldn't have included. I've heard people having stuff in their contract saying you're not allowed to play basketball. You can't do like pick up sports just to minimize maybe the occurrence of injury. But yeah, watching film for 4 hours a week minimum. And then somebody definitely like leaked that to someone. I don't know if it was the team that put that out there. Somebody leaked the contract, and the team, if they put it out there, that doesn't really make them look that good either because
yeah, I don't think it was the team. It doesn't make any sense for them to do it.
But who else would it be? It wouldn't be Kyler.
I mean, they had the screenshot of the contract too.
I mean, it's probably somebody, some middleman who maybe not affiliated with either.
It does make the team look kind of like, why did you just sign this guy to a $230 million contract if you don't even trust him to watch film? But it makes him look infinitely worse.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, we should insert something like that to your contract.
Quick question, Arian. Quick question about that. Have you ever heard of anyone using like a tutor for film? Because I feel like that would be such an easy fix just to get a tutor to like run through the film, like and like help them out with analyzing it. Like, doesn't that make a little more sense than having just a quarterback watch?
That's what a coach is. It's they when we're working out or we're doing what we're doing, they're upstairs meeting, and then we go home. They are upstairs watching film, breaking down game film, putting together game plans, and dissecting. Like when you're in the league for a while, you realize like every coach comes from a coaching tree, and so they have like basically the skeleton template of what they're going to or what they're trying to do. And so whether it's they try to set up a triangle, or they're going to run this. Is it a West Coast? Is it running? Like depending on what kind of coaching tree you come from. And so if every coach is delegated like their position group, and so your position group coach can tell you how to break down and dissect film and what to look for if you don't already know at that time at that level. Higher level players should already know how to break down film, with the exceptions of like understanding coaching trees and stuff like that. But once you're in the league for a little bit, like you know what you're looking for. But he should, as a college quarterback, you should know and understand defenses coming into the league. And then as an NFL quarterback, year 2, year 3, you should be able to break down film with your OC and be able to delegate that shit with to your guys and go over game plans with them.
So what Billy's asking about is like a tutor, somebody that is good enough at breaking down film, that's been in the league, that understands it. You're looking for like a contractor who could be a quarterback coach but currently doesn't have a job as a quarterback coach.
So, I mean, some of those guys, like, yeah. So you have like what are they in college? They're called GAs. What are they called? And if I forget, but like they're dudes who are trying to get on as coaches. And like a matter of fact, what's his name? Who's the head coach for Green Bay?
LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur.
He was one with the Texans a long time ago. He was like an assistant, so he would like get other coaches coffee and like do all that type of shit. And he would like run the scout team. So he would hold up cards and tell the scout team what play we're running. Like, so those kind of guys, like assistants, like they are basically up and coming and learning the systems, stuff like that. They'll break down film and do it, but not necessarily with the starters, but like with the backups and stuff like that.
I think that what Billy's learned after his month-long suspension from Part of My Take and Macrodosing is that he needs to be on a schedule. You even wrote that, right? You even wrote like you're a creature of habit, That's how your brain works. You need to have a schedule that you hold yourself accountable to. I think maybe you and Kyler can work together. Maybe Billy, you could be Kyler's film assistant.
Did he write an apology letter?
He did, yeah. He wrote an open letter to himself.
Why is this not leaked? If Kyler Murray shit is leaked, this got to be leaked, yo.
No, it was leaked.
It's
It
published.
It was
Oh, it was?
blogged,
Okay. I don't.
Billy leaked it himself onto the blog.
No, but
Oh, you did it yourself.
if I was Kyler Murray,
That's a real.
no, I published it.
Yeah, that you did it yourself. It's a real give a teacher an apple moment.
No, it's not. It's me trying to sort of go to the drawing board, figure out where it went wrong, and figure out what I got to do.
Billy,
That's accountability.
Billy,
Okay.
you should make a schedule for Kyler, being like, here's what I've learned. Here's what I've learned through some of the mistakes that I've made. You guys are about the same age. You're going through the exact same thing together. You love playing video games. You like doing you have a lot of outside interests besides your job, which is fine. But I think maybe you should write up a schedule that both you and Kyler can start to work on together, and you can hold each other accountable for that. What do you think?
If I was Kyler, I would put an hour Monday through Thursday where I get that film study done, but I do it with somebody walking me through it and keeping me focused. And like, cause when something I found in college is that it's a lot of film study by yourself. And sometimes you're watching and you don't even know what to look for. Like you think you do, but at the end of the day, you miss a lot. It's just being alone. So if you had a tutor or a grad assistant who you like hit up and just like bothered about it to like come meet with you for an hour and just walk you through, I feel like that would be a huge solution in getting better.
What we used to, that is a good point. What we used to do is we used to like order some food, and then like after practice or after meetings that day, all the running backs would meet up and we would watch the next team game film. We would watch like 3 or 4 games and kind of just go over it, see what we see. A lot of it's shit talking and stuff like that, but like you pick up some good stuff that you might not see, tendencies, stuff like that.
Or how about this? Can we have like a happy medium in this? What if Kyler streams himself on Twitch watching film? Is he allowed to do that?
I don't think so, okay.
That would make everybody happy, right? Like I would want to watch that. I'd want to see what he's breaking down. I'd want to see like.
Well, I mean, technically the game film's already out there. I don't. You shouldn't watch practice film on stream. But I mean, if you're just watching the other team's game film, I mean that's already out there.
Yeah, to me, if Kyler really if he's serious about growing his Twitch channel, which it seems like he is, he obviously cares very deeply about that. This is a great opportunity that you have right now, Kyler. Just stream yourself breaking down game film, watching it every week. You don't even have to really talk that much. Just let us watch you watching it, and then also maybe bring Billy in to help you with the accountability aspect of things. Billy, I really do think that you should blog or you should write something, some advice to Kyler Murray about how to manage your time.
Kyler, if you're listening, I would call you every day at a certain time to make sure you're watching film and stay on FaceTime and keep you on task. I would do that.
Well, Billy, you can't do that because he can't be on a screen. He can't be on another screen while you're doing it.
I'd call him on the phone.
Okay, get a landline.
I'd have a special burner phone, like little like actual flip phone that I'd call him on and make sure he was studying film.
Yeah. Again, you should write this. You should write this out.
I will blog that 100%.
Yeah, give him a schedule, give him a plan, and make it like Billy's advice on how to be responsible with time management and not get distracted by outside interests for Kyler Murray.
I didn't see this yesterday, but apparently in a 2021 interview with the New York Times, he said, I think I was blessed with the cognitive skills to just go out there and see it before it happens. I'm not one of those guys that's going to sit there and kill myself watching film. I don't sit there for 24 hours and break down this team and that team and watch every game because in my head I see so much.
That's
Rain Man.
That's somewhat fair, but I also think that there's definitely
No, it isn't.
Like Brett Favre. Brett Favre didn't really watch film.
That's years and years of experience. So it's like I said, when you remember when Tony Romo first came out and he started commentating, and like that first year he called like almost every play that they was going to do. That's because like when you understand coaching trees and what the defense is trying to do, you have like a handful of things that will work against that, and so you dial that up.
Mhm.
And so, like Brett Favre, after you see it for so long, like you don't really need to watch film like that. You need to know who you're playing, maybe a couple defenders or what they're doing. But like Kyler Murray, like maybe he's Rain Man, but I think he's just a young dude who who can make some plays with his legs. But that shit stops when that shit stops.
At least he's not Jamarcus Russell. You remember that story?
Yeah.
When they sent blank tapes and he said he watched blitz
We're-
packages.
We're
Yeah.
having no more Jamarcus Russell slander after his article. No
Yeah,
more
we are.
Jamarcus Russell slander.
Yeah, we are.
Wait, why?
I seen his interview on the pivot. Nah, dog. I was with him. I hope he's getting it together. Like, nah, dog. You still out here blaming everybody else.
You can
Stop
admit that you made mistakes, and like people, it can still be ridiculous and funny that they sent him Blake DVDs and he said, "Yeah, I loved all the plays."
No, I'm saying.
Oh no, I'm talking
with
to
you.
Billy. I'm talking to Billy.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I'm with you.
Yeah, no,
Jamarcus motherfucking Russell, right? Isn't that what he said?
probably.
Jamarcus Russell is a success story. He is not a failure.
That's true.
Yes.
I agree with two things can be true, but that boy lying his ass off. My man said he used to drink codeine for pain medicine. Boy, if you don't get your ass out of here. He was just getting loaded. Stop it. That's the kind of accountability I was looking for. Like, just be honest, dog. Like, you almost 40 now, fam. It is what it is. You like to sip.
I'd say that
Say-
as far as life goes, he's a success story. Overwhelming success story.
Sure.
As far as his potential goes in terms of just being a professional athlete, I'd say it would not be considered it. Well,
he dropped the ball in that spring. He didn't tap his potential, and that is what it is. But hey, man, he ain't got to work no more. Shout
yep,
out to that.
that's true. All right, what do we want to get into today? There's one news story that I saw this morning I want to talk about. Oil prices. So we love talking about that, don't we? The oil companies, they made record profits this quarter. The big three, like record profits. So yeah, price of gas is up. The people that are saying that like it's not the oil companies that are doing it to you, it's not totally their fault, but they literally made record profits this quarter. Never been done before. Never been seen. And that's Chevron, Exxon, Shell, BP, and Total Energies. Just massive. That pisses me off.
Profits.
Profits.
Profits, not revenue.
Profit with a P. Profit.
Okay.
Because I know what you're thinking, Billy. You're thinking, oh, well, yeah, they're getting more money because of the cost of gas, but also they're spending more
Right.
money.
I just wanted to.
No.
I wanted to make sure that you're checking it as profits.
Profit with a P. Profit. So that pisses me
But
off. That pissed me off. When I
What
saw
was
it.
the cost to profit ratio? Was it the highest cost to profit ratio ever? Because the ratio is like more valid than the
Are you
actual
simping
number.
for oil companies right now, dog?
I'm literally explaining economics of revenue, profit, and overall. Like, for example, what was the cost to profit ratio? If that's been the
you're
highest of all
fucking-
time.
You're
I'm not simping. I'm not
You're
simping.
You're
I'm not
absolutely
simping.
and that's the biggest mind fuck of I've ever seen, like, about people who simp for like GOP and these big businesses is like they continually fuck average Americans, and they have continually bamboozled y'all thinking that they're the victims.
So in 2013, that was the last time that crude topped $100 a barrel. Their spending in 2013, so their cost that they're expending themselves, was twice as high as it is now. So their spending has been cut in half since the last time we saw these high prices, and their profits are record. So I don't know what the exact cost to profit ratio is, but that tells you right there that they are making their own cutbacks and making a shitload of money.
There's so many variables that go into it. So like I would have to like do a deep dive to really, but like it's obvious that the owners of these companies are fucking American people, or just people in general. But it's always been the case though.
So we should do a big oil episode of macrodosing.
I'm down with that actually, because I would like to do more research on it.
The history of oil.
Yeah. That'd be
Some
pretty
weird
dope.
stuff. Some weird stuff on that one. So what else do we want to get into today?
You see
The White House changing what the word recession means.
I didn't see that.
Oh, just like vaccines.
All right. First of all, that was Merriam-Webster, and Merriam-Webster is a fucking like online dictionary. So who gives a shit? Secondly, I actually read after Billy told me that. I read what they changed it to. It wasn't a big change at all. They changed immunity to immune-generated response, which is pretty much the same thing. Like it's just describing a different mechanism. So, but Billy freaked out because Billy freaked out because he saw a tweet.
Immunity is supposed to mean you're immune, that you can't get it. Immune response means that you might get it. It's like the difference between being inoculated and not.
Okay, so if you have immunity to something, means you're 100% immune to it, which is not the case for any vaccine ever.
Not true.
100%.
Wait, what is the disagreement?
Did we get rid of polio in America? Yes.
We did. Do you know how those types of things work when it comes to herd immunity and when it comes
with a real vaccine?
All right. We're not getting into this whole discussion.
We did this
again.
yesterday.
We did that. We had a long talk about this.
But the White House did change the definition of recession.
Was that the White House? Because
Yeah.
I think that
Whitehouse.gov.
Okay, where was that?
Whitehouse.gov.
Because I saw.
Do you want me to read from it?
Yeah, I'd like to, because I saw another Wikipedia edits thing because it got changed a couple days ago by somebody in Congress.
No. This is from the Biden White House. What is a recession? While some maintain that 2 consecutive quarters of falling real GDP constitutes a recession, that's what the definition has always been forever. That is neither the official definition nor the way economists evaluate the state of the business cycle. Instead, both official determinations of recessions and economists' assessment of economic activity are based on a holistic look at the data, including labor markets, consumer and business spending, industrial production, and incomes. Based on these data, it is unlikely that the decline in GDP in the first quarter of this year, even if it is followed by another GDP decline in the second quarter, which is about to be announced, I believe, tomorrow, indicates a recession. So they know that the numbers coming out tomorrow are going to officially say we're in a recession. So they just changed the definition so that we're not.
Okay, so the actual definition of recession is not 2 quarters of decline.
Well, the White House just said that that's what it was.
I know, but
until we changed it.
But it's not. But it's not. The actual definition, it's a recession. There's a little group in Cambridge from the Bureau of Economic Research that they are officially charged with declaring whether or not there's a recession or not. So it's a small group of people that does take into account all those factors. That's literally where the
Then why would the White
definition
House
comes from.
feel the need to say that?
Because somebody in Congress or somebody on Capitol Hill changed the definition of a recession on Wikipedia a couple days ago to just have it be like 2 quarters of declining growth.
You think the White House is concerned with what people are saying on Wikipedia?
Well, it went very viral. Yeah, it was like a big thing. But I mean, that we're at the end of the day.
Yes. Anyway, have you seen some of these hearings, bro? They're really putting out fucking.
I mean, if you
cardboard.
Google the definition of recession, it says a period of temporary economic decline
So
during
trust
which
in Google now.
trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters.
Guys,
What?
I'm literally looking at a guy who's walking around with a baguette right now.
Fuck yeah! Inside of McDonald's, he went BYOB.
Yo.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Is he going to eat in the restaurant?
I don't know where the hell he got the baguette, but he just walked in with a baguette.
BYOB.
I love it. I love it when those little like tiny stereotypes end up being true.
This guy's got a straight up baguette. Also, I know we're shitting on America right now, but I tried to get a refill and I realized there's no free refills here. So, I mean, that's what America's got. So it's kind of bullshit. Can't get a free refill, but that's just me. All right, back to the conversation.
That is bullshit. You can't even do the thing where you order a water and then fill it up with Sprite.
No access to the soda fountains. No freedom.
I bet they don't even have Baja Blast over there.
Absolutely not.
It's fucked up. I would never go there. Never go to Liechtenstein. But Big T, the point I was trying to make is that there are definitely many factors that go into whether or not something's a recession. And at the end of the day, it's a label that you put on something. All the statistics that go underneath it are going to be true no matter what you call it.
I think that's more to my point.
Okay.
Like the economy's in shambles, they're trying everything to say, well, it's not really.
I just think that at the end of the day,
I agree with you. It doesn't matter what you
really
call
make
it.
a difference.
I agree.
But yeah, gas prices, oil companies, everyone's getting fucked left and right.
Did you see Russia's leaving the International Space Station in 24? They're building their own.
Okay, really? So
Mm-hmm.
they can't invent a tank that can drive through the mud in Ukraine.
Yep.
But they're going to design their entire private space station.
Yep.
You know what? I bet the space station's going to kick ass.
The Russian space station?
Yeah. If they design it just for like the oligarchs to go chill on, it's going to make that live plane look like a Ford Pinto. It's going to be sick.
Imagine being trapped in space in close quarters with like 2 Russians, like, because that's what's happening. Like, you have everybody in the International Space Station, and I think there's like 2 Russian astronauts up there right now, and it's just probably so awkward.
Yeah. So sorry guys, our bad. I would want to party on the Russian space station. They're probably gonna fuck it up. It might not even get into orbit, but if it does, that's what we need in the sky, man. Like space is the domain of the nerd right now, and we need to have like a cool, fun, like a Las Vegas of outer space that we can go to.
We also need space wars. We need wars fought in space.
No, we do not. No, we
Yes.
do not, Avery.
Hell
no,
yes.
No. What, you want Star Wars?
That's that's the worst idea you may have ever had.
Hell yeah.
That is a
Avery,
shit idea.
I want space
what
stations to
happens
be
when-
firing weapons at each other.
Leave our stupid Earth bullshit on Earth, man.
No.
We're dumb here. Let's keep it here. We're gonna go
You know what
outside and
happens-
Space
embarrass
wars.
ourselves.
Nope. Space
You know what
wars.
You know what happens when one of the spaceships gets shot down, Avery? You know where those ships are going?
Where are they going, Billy?
Crashing into Earth. So it's not like,
That's
Depends
not
on where they're
necessarily
fought.
true.
well,
Depends on where
if
they're
we're
fought at.
fighting at the level of the International Space Station, they're going crashing straight down to Earth once they get knocked out of orbit.
Depends on where they're fought.
I
But
do
that's
agree with-
the stupidest idea in the world.
I agree with Arian. I think it's good movies. I don't want a space war. I don't want a space war at all. I want them to build like the coolest Margaritaville ever. That's what Jimmy Buffett should do. Margaritaville Space Station. Who says no?
God, we just have fucked this entire thing up, bro. If you really think about it, we fucked this up. This whole human project thing, we fucked it up. Like we just were fucking it up. Like from an outsider's perspective, like imagine an alien civilization just coming down, checking out what's going on, and then they were just like infighting with each other over like shit in the ground and shit above the ground. And they're like, "What are y'all doing?" Like, and they just dip because like, yo, them niggas crazy. This shit's stupid. We fucked this thing up.
All they do is just they kill each other because they have old dinosaur bones that turn into liquid that they really like.
Mix their.
No, my
carbs,
favorite.
man.
My favorite is explaining to the aliens not about the stuff they're fighting about in the ground or above the ground, but what may be in the sky that they don't know if it's real or not in the sky.
God?
Yeah. Like, yeah, we fight about this thing that might be real, but we have no tangible evidence.
What do you think has gotten more people killed? I'm going to give you 3 options. First, God. Second, oil. Third, salt.
God, 100%.
Fourth, a really hot chick.
Wait, now are we attributing the killings of God to all human beings because he would technically be responsible for that
No, I'm talking about
Or-
We're
wars.
saying like religious
in the
wars.
name of?
Yeah.
Oh, I would go with salt then.
I'm gonna say hot chick.
No.
Hot chick?
Yeah,
I mean, the
No.
Battle of Troy.
yeah.
If you look back
Yeah,
at
but
it,
that was
wasn't the Battle of Troy like they kidnapped Helen, right? And Helen had the face that could launch 1,000 ships. And so she was so hot that the entire country went to war to get her back.
yeah, but that was
that's one.
number one, fictional. 2, think about if we're counting like all monotheistic religions as God or all religions in general, like almost every war has had a religious aspect especially in empire expansion, that it was usually done under the guise of a religious ideology. So like if you look at the expansion of the Muslim caliphates in the 13th century,
Let's go, Billy. Let's
as
go.
well as I mean all the crusades, all of the expansion of the Holy Roman Empire, the Hindu Empire's conquest, even the Han. I'm trying to think of the last empire. The empire that's currently the remnants of China, the Qin dynasty, was also under, I want to say, Taoism. But then the Mongols were.
I think
the
it's
Mongols
religion.
were the only ones.
I think it's God.
The Mongols were the only ones that didn't have a religious element to their conquest. Oh no, but technically the Mongols thought that Genghis Khan was God.
Salt. It's salt.
Why is it salt?
Yeah, what's salt?
Okay, it's one of the leading causes of heart disease. Right?
Okay, all right. I didn't think about that.
Heart disease
I thought that was
claims
the one reason why I
17
thought that.
million lives annually globally, right? And if you keep going back, our diet has only gotten better, and it's been shit for how many decades, right? And so you think about all the times back in the day when life expectancy was like 40, right? You just died a bunch of heart attacks and shit like that, bro. By far, salt. Like all these events you're naming killed like 1 million people, 3 million people, 7 million people. Like that shit doesn't equate to every year we gonna lose almost 20 million people a year to heart disease.
Yeah, I wasn't even taking into account on this one the wars. That's what I originally brought up was like the salt war. People used to fight wars over salt so they could preserve their food, so they could season their food because it was just bland as shit back in the day. So adding that to the heart disease, I think salt.
Yeah, white people used to fight for seasoning.
Yeah, times have
That's
changed.
crazy.
Can you imagine being the first white person to try salt? Do you think they loved it or hated it?
They hated that shit.
They know this. Everyone was salting. The Swedes were salting everything.
It's
Salt
a joke, Billy. We know.
No. But I'm saying like salt wouldn't be the first one. Like first one to taste like cinnamon or like turmeric, or what's the really popular one in the ancient, like the Silk Road was like founded by
Paprika?
Yes, paprika. Like think about how nuts like the first guy to taste paprika was.
Yeah. I would say like the first person to try a hot pepper must have freaked the fuck out.
Do you think they died?
No, they just probably thought that they were having an allergic reaction. They probably thought that the pepper was attacking them.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Just like also your mouth on fire, you have no idea why.
Like you think the first person to eat a habanero pepper didn't just pass out dead?
They probably thought they were dying.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the meme of like if you went back in time and gave like an old a pilgrim like a Doritos Locos like hot taco chip and they like would just die instantly? If you gave
They're not ready for all that flavor.
I haven't seen that meme.
Arian was saying something about like aliens like giving up on us. I think they would have gave up on us if they saw Skip Bayless's top 10 NBA all-time players. You see that? You see who's number 9?
No.
LeBron.
Number 9? I love it.
9.
I love it. I love you, Skip.
LeBron disrespect is just weird to me.
Well, I mean, he's an act.
He's not, though.
He is.
He's not.
He went to Vanderbilt. He's very smart.
Yes,
It's
I know
all
that.
an act.
But he's also insane. All right, so here's Skip's.
That's not a prerequisite for being smart.
Generally, most people that go to Vanderbilt are pretty smart.
Maybe I'll give you that, but I know a lot of dumb people that went to
Wasn't like Tim Duncan number
I'm sure
5?
there are.
All right, here's Skip's top 10. Number 1, Michael Jordan. Number 2, Magic Johnson. Number 3, Shaq. Number 4, Kareem. Number 5, Tim Duncan. Number 6, Bill Russell. Number 7, Kobe. Number 8, Larry Bird. Number 9, LeBron. 10, Wilt.
That's not a bad top
guys.
10, though, honestly.
Low key, real quick, I'm getting kicked out of this McDonald's because they have a no vagrancy policy, and I've been here for almost an hour now, and they just told me that I have to leave.
Well, did you order another?
Yeah.
Did you order all those foods that we told you to?
No, because I'm on a budget and I don't have enough euros.
That's
You're
that's-
just sitting in a random McDonald's using their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and I
Go-
bought
go
something an
home.
hour ago.
Go home, Billy.
No, I don't have a home. I'm in a foreign land. My home is a bus tonight.
What are you doing, bro? You the most odd human I've ever seen.
He's really strange, and also he can't help but lie. It's like Billy can't afford 10 euros to pay for a meal
when
in
you're not
Liechtenstein.
talking. There's some random French girl yelling in my ear.
Billy, I will Venmo you for your meal so that you can stay on this podcast.
But I have to translate into euros.
Okay, that sounds like a you problem. $10.
Okay,
Billy, dude, I don't have $10 to buy a fish sandwich in Liechtenstein. Give me a fucking break, Billy.
I didn't have enough money to buy all 4 of them. McDonald's is expensive here.
Just buy one thing.
Okay, I know. I'm going to buy one more thing so I don't get hit with the vagrant policy.
I hope Billy gets arrested in Liechtenstein for violating.
It'd be good for the podcast.
Yeah, it would be great for violating. You'd be the Brittany Griner of macrodosing.
I'm kind of in trouble in Copenhagen, but that's a different story.
Yeah, it sounds like a different story. Wait, now I want to hear the different story.
Yeah.
They have it's basically you can take the subway on the trust system, on the honor system, and they're just like, don't check your tickets on the honor system. So they just put it in your hands to go buy a ticket, get on the subway. No one checks it, but the only place they check it is if you're going to the airport. And I got caught without a ticket, and I have an outstanding fine. That's been about, I don't know if I can pay it, but it's like serious.
A lot of kroners.
Scandinavian socialism. Yeah, a lot of.
Wait, all right. So how is that Scandinavian socialism? I'm trying to figure that out. Billy didn't buy a ticket that he was supposed to buy, got caught, and it's socialism's fault.
No, it's not socialism's fault. It's their whole process of the subway being built on a trust system, on social credit. That's the crazy part to me.
It's not social credit. It's just the honor system. Like
Sometimes
you said.
they don't check the tickets.
This isn't like an emperor monitoring like how many retweets you get and then determining whether or not you're allowed to live in a decent apartment building. This is Billy just being a dickhead and not paying for something that he was doing.
Sounds like New Jersey Transit to me.
No, what I was saying.
Sometimes they don't come and check.
No, I'm saying the trust system, as in the trust system's like since they're such a homogenous nation, they just don't think anyone would ever never pay.
I think it's just kind of like, please don't be a dickhead. It's the policy. They're going to have to change this entire policy because of Billy. You ruined it for the entire country.
Sorry.
You're the reason communism doesn't work, Billy. People like you.
Well, that's not true.
Taking advantage of situations.
And he has like a every time he talks on the Zoom call, it says William Carter's bandwidth is low. That's a funny screenshot to take, though.
It is.
Have you ordered food yet so you can stay there?
I have till 7:30.
Okay. All right. Well, Godspeed, Billy. I hope you get arrested. That'd be so funny. Not bailing you out. You're gonna have to call in. You're gonna have to call in from prison, and it's gonna be like an episode of Serial. You have a collect call from an inmate at the correctional facility in wherever the fuck the capital of Liechtenstein is.
So he's bus hopping in Liechtenstein.
I do like the idea of visiting the microstates. There are a lot of weird microstates that are countries, but not really countries over in Europe.
Is there a reason you're there, or is you just like on some like I'm just going to travel and see what I can see?
I saw an opportunity. I found a cheap flight, transatlantic flight, and then once you get there, just like budget it out, and it's all working out as of now. I have until Saturday.
You have until 7:30. It sounds like. So
true.
Hope you make some good choices.
But I would like to apologize to the listeners for the audio right now and the connectivity. We're recording this on a Tuesday, not a Wednesday as usual. So when I originally booked when I'd have a place to stay with Wi-Fi, I had Wednesday down and not Tuesday. So just wanted to apologize.
It's your fault, PFT.
My fault. Yeah, correct. I had a quick thing I want to run by you guys because I need some advice. Tomorrow on Wednesday, I'm going out. I stink at golf. I never play golf, but I'm going to go out and play around. It's going to be me, Jeff D-Low, Hank, and Jake. And so I think it's me and Jeff against Hank and Jake. and we need to figure out something good to bet on it, like what the loser has to do for the winner. My idea was that the loser has to buy one of those skywriting planes that you see that fly above the beach dragging a banner, being like, Hank and Jake stink at golf, Jeff and PFT kicked her butt, or something like that they have to fly up and down the Jersey Shore for a full afternoon.
Are you going to be in the Jersey Shore playing golf?
Yes.
Okay. So we can make it like Jersey Shore related.
It can be. I just need something good to bet on it.
They need to like ride on the slingshot together, like tandem. You know the thing that, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That ride where you're laying back and it just shoots you up.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming one of them's probably terrified of that.
And
Jake
you.
probably.
Yeah.
And me. Oh yeah. Actually, no. I don't want to bet that because I don't have to do it. Good
Oh, yeah,
call, Mad Dog.
You would be.
That would
afraid
freak
of
me
that.
out.
Yep.
So we want to do it where you wouldn't mind as much.
Yeah. I want to engineer the bet so I don't really lose if I lose.
I was gonna say you can make them get spray tans, but if like Jeff,
I like that.
yeah,
Yeah. Spray tans.
but like also
Jake with a spray tan would
Jeff
look
D'Lo
hilarious.
like gets spray tans though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he also looks ridiculous when he has a spray.
That's also
spray
true.
tan. I like the spray tan idea.
Double coat.
Double
Yeah,
coat.
like
Yep.
extra dark.
Extra crispy.
Yeah, stay in there a little bit longer. Like
Yeah.
when you're Ross from Friends.
Could get problematic.
Yeah, but get out before it gets problematic.
Yeah, I will.
One shade before
actually.
problematic.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that shit.
No, it's cool. My friend Arian Foster told me I should do it.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, spray tan's funny if you just get orange.
Yeah, if you just get like a bright orange.
Yeah.
Like you just have to get the most artificial color.
Okay. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
What does everybody else have going on this weekend?
Yo, and so I went to go. Are y'all into Stranger Things?
Yes.
Yes.
So I never have been before, but my kids are fucking obsessed with that shit. Like I'm talking about obsessing. So they've been hounding me to watch it. So I'm almost done with the first season now, but we went to Dallas, and we went to Dallas and there's a Stranger Things store. And I thought they sleep right now because everybody upstairs because of the construction, but like I thought this shit was about to be cool as shit, right? It's just basically like a wild ass way to sell a whole bunch of merch. Like it's like rapper merch on steroids, but it's like different sections of the store selling the exact same shit. I was kind of underwhelmed, but Stranger Things in general, I'm a fan of the show, man. They did a hell of a job, and them little kids was acting their ass off. Don't tell me what happens though, because I'm on season 1.
Of course not.
No. I can't wait till you catch up to.
I thought you were about to drop the bomb. I
No,
can't
no,
wait
no,
till
no.
you see.
No. I can't wait till you catch up to season 4.
1 is great. 2 and 3 are okay, but then 4 is great again.
Yeah. I think it goes 1, 2 kind of is the worst season. 3 really picks it up. And then 4 is some of the best TV I've ever seen.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I stopped watching after I started watching a little bit of season 2, and I was like, this stinks now.
No, you got
I'll always have
that part
season 1.
does,
Yeah.
but then it gets better.
and then it gets
Okay.
like season 3 is crazy town.
It is too long at this point. Like I was under the impression that this was the last season. Apparently, it's not.
There's one more.
Yeah, they've gone too long, but 4 was good.
What are some other shows like that where the first season has been awesome and then it goes away, but then it gets really good again later? I think Better Call Saul is up there.
That's what I've heard. I've never watched that, but I hear people who
Never
have
seen
say that this season is like great.
I've also heard Peaky Blinders is like that. Again, I stopped watching.
I tried to watch that. I couldn't get through
I just
it.
can't get through their voices.
Peaky is sick. Peaky is so sick.
Shocking.
I watched season 1,
I
which was
mean-
awesome. I thought season 2 was good. Then season 3, I completely lost interest.
And then, but they bring you back.
Stick with it.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Just
it's
when
really
you
good
think
now.
you're out. Yeah.
Better Call Saul, Peaky Blinders.
Honestly,
All right, I
The
got some-
Office, kind of.
You think The Office got bad?
Like once Michael left, I feel like it kind of drooped a little bit, and then like the last season's really good. I don't know.
Yeah, last season's okay, especially when Michael comes back.
I think
Right.
all of The Office is great. It's just that like you had some of the best seasons of TV ever to compare it to. Like if Michael was never on the show and you just had those seasons, it would be funny.
Right.
Yeah,
You're just comparing it to a show that was like one of the
I
greatest
expected so much more.
sitcoms ever.
Yeah.
But that's like the whole point.
Arian, what's your favorite TV show of all time?
Ooh. Like, I guess that would be different than a sitcom.
No.
It can be any show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be Game of Thrones. I I get tired of the last season slander from people. I don't agree.
I'm to the point now that I'm willing to overlook the qualms I had with it because the rest of the show was so good.
It's great. Just rewatch it and it works for me.
We need to do Nano. We should do reviews of the episodes of the new show when it comes out
Yeah, when is that dropping?
next month.
Oh yeah.
It's stupid that they're starting it in August and it's going to be on football Sundays, but
That's what they did with the original show, though.
I thought it was like spring and summer.
Oh, well, it was definitely Sunday nights.
Yeah, it was always Sundays.
No, I think that there were some times where it overlapped, where it was before I was watching any of Game of Thrones, so I would check the timeline on Sunday Night Football, and like half the tweets would be about dragons, and that's what made me hate the show, because it was like interfering with my football timeline. And then I went back and I started watching. I was like, okay, this is legit good.
I've never seen it.
The new one looks good.
You should watch.
It looks
Yeah.
pretty
You ever
good.
seen Game of Thrones?
Me
Yeah, I
neither.
know. Never
Too
seen
much
it.
blood.
Y'all.
You know what?
Too much blood. What?
Too much gore.
Don't you listen to crime podcasts?
I don't,
It's
Billy.
fake blood, man. It's
No.
not real.
Okay, Billy.
Too much blood's a bad excuse.
I don't like the blood and the gore. Billy just like generalized that I am like this huge crime junkie person, like podcast person, because I'm a girl. I don't know where that came from, but he was
No,
like,
Well, we
girls.
did talk about it the other
no.
day.
Yeah, I can
Admit
like.
it.
Yeah. Next, you know what gets slept on for having a bad ending? That's a really good show.
What, Billy?
Sorry, my connection broke up. True Detective. True Detective was a great show, but the ending was kind of lame.
The first one?
Oh, but
Yeah, the first.
I
season.
disagree.
Really, you do you think that was a good way to wrap that all up? Like I'm talking about the very end,
Yeah.
the very end of the show.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad.
Not the hospital part. The hospital part was good, but the throne stuff.
The Yellow King?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a good show. I didn't have any significant issues with the end.
I don't know.
But let's
I
get
just
back to
think
Mad
you could
Dog
totally tell.
loving true crime.
No, you could totally tell that they filmed all the scenes of them when they're older before the rest of the show. And I think that's like really affected because the vibe of that was totally different than the rest of the show.
Okay, that's Billy's review of it. I personally thought it was great.
I mean, it's a great show, but it was a little like Night King getting stabbed by a knife type vibe.
All right. So Mad Dog, true crime. What's your favorite true crime?
I don't like Billy just came in when we recorded yesterday being like, well, all girls love true crime. And I actually said on the episode yesterday, I don't love true crime that much. Like my roommate does. Like I know people who do. Like I'm not that huge into it. It scares me because it's scary. That's like the whole point.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to pick, like I don't like consume that much like of one. Like I don't listen to Crime Junkie. I used to listen to My Favorite Murder. I actually I like that. I'll give you that. Stay sexy and don't get murdered. But like I'm not like this huge true crime person. I don't know where I got that like stereotype
I think you're gonna have to
from.
become a true crime person. I think that's kind of your role now.
Why? Because Billy said
Because
it?
Billy said it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Arian, I want to clean up one last thing before we head out for the rest of the week.
Star Trek Next Generation. Totally forgot about it.
Is that one of the shows that gets good, then bad, then good again?
No, that's just one of my favorite shows of all time.
Okay, cool.
It gets good and stays good for its entirety.
Okay. Who's on that one?
Patrick Stewart, aka Jean-Luc Picard, LeVar Burton.
Yep.
Burton. Yeah. I forget the cat's name. He was the scientist in Independence Day, but he plays Data.
Oh,
What's his
Jeff
name?
Goldblum?
No. That's the Jurassic Park guy. He's really great fucking actor, but the acting's kind of spotty in it. But it's just the storylines are amazing.
All right. Well, before we go, let me get your two favorite sharks because we did a draft.
Brent Spiner.
Okay. Oh, he's a guy that gets like his mind taken over by the alien and they choke him out.
Yeah, the boar. Well, he gets his mind taken over a lot in that show, actually. But it's good stuff.
Okay. I will watch one episode of Star Trek for you. How about that?
Ooh, I got one for you. Enter the Light.
Okay.
Enter the Light. think it's actually like I'll send it to you.
Okay, I will watch one episode. That's a promise.
Bet.
So-
But if you like, you know what I mean? Because like I tried to watch Star Wars, right? And that shit was ass to me because it was so old school and I just couldn't get into it. So it lost me. If you're like that, then I would introduce you to the new joint called Discovery, which is fire. And it's like the graphics are crazy good and it's dope as fuck. So if depending on which way you lean, let me know.
Send me the Star Trek one.
They're both Star Trek ones.
Okay, send me the first one that you said.
The original?
Yeah.
Got you.
Send me an episode that I should watch, and I'll watch it. I promise you that.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, your promises kind of fall on deaf ears with the Ready Player One situation. It's all good.
We'll see. I promise you I will. I promise. Quiz me on it. I want a quiz.
Gotcha. All right.
And tell me what your two favorite sharks are.
I don't have any favorite shark, actually.
You hate sharks.
I hate everything in the ocean.
It's a good call.
So are you afraid of sharks?
Absolutely.
But you can manage whether or not you ever encounter a shark.
Oh, it's 100% in my control.
So I don't understand how people can be afraid of it.
You avoid things that you're afraid of.
You can manage pretty much everything you're afraid of. Almost everything you're afraid of, you can manage to not encounter it.
I have to encounter heights at some points.
No, you can manage that. You don't have to. You choose to.
But if I have to go to like a meeting in a building that's very tall,
that's your choice. You can zoom in or you can not go to the meeting. You're still choosing to go.
But it's way easier to avoid going into the ocean.
I agree, but it's still a choice.
There's no part of modern life that requires you to go into an ocean.
Yeah, 100%. And there's no part of modern life that requires you to go at a tall building.
Into buildings?
Zoom in. You could be like, I'm deathly afraid of heights and I can't go in. You're just not that afraid of heights.
This is an Arian W.
Yeah. Arian W.
If there was like, yo, there's this big important meeting and it's on a yacht, I'd be like, well, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm not going.
So you don't even go on boats?
Sometimes. But it's just a rare occasion that we don't go deep. It's
but
just
so much
shorelines.
more of modern life is based on meeting people in buildings, places.
Don't care. It's still a choice you're making. You're not that afraid of it.
You're just not that committed.
It's a choice. You're right. It is a choice, but it's a much more avoidable. It's way easier to avoid encountering a shark than it is to avoid encountering like a 30th floor room in a building somewhere.
That wasn't the claim.
But
You're switching the goalposts.
you like actively went to the top of the Empire State Building.
Well, that was for a work thing that I had to do.
But did you like it wasn't like
didn't.
gun to your head you had to. Tyler O'Day didn't put a gun to your head and say you have to go to the top of the Empire State Building.
Well, no,
You're just not that afraid. You're
that's how much I love Game Time. The Game Time app.
That's true.
Is that they asked me to do that for an ad. I said, you know what? Your user interface is so clean.
Right.
I will do it
Fucked
just
up.
for you.
Got me fucked up. Game Time trying to get me to go in the ocean. I'm telling you, fuck off. Not happening. I'm not going, low.
Let's sell a Game Time ad for Arian to just like be submerged in one of those tanks with a great white shark.
Did you see the shark fucking rip through one of those?
I did see that. Yeah.
It was you, Madeline, that said you want to get into one of those?
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
No, don't send it to me
It's
either.
a dude's in a cage and the shark just tears the shit out of it and damn near kills him.
Yeah.
That's not a
doing it.
common thing though. It's like on my bucket list. I do want to swim with sharks one time.
If you're getting in a cage intentionally around sharks, it's common enough.
You deserve to get eaten if you want to swim with sharks. You deserve it.
I don't hate that
Congrats.
take.
Oh. Shark Week just instilled in me, like when I was young, I was like, I think it'd be cool to one time go in a cage and swim with a shark.
I think it'd be
There's a whole
fun.
bunch of animal sympathizers in general are just odd people to me.
I'm not sympathizing with the shark. I don't want to.
Even you dog people, they'll try to justify it. Like, pit bulls aren't that bad. It's just the owner. Sharks aren't that bad. It's just you gotta pet. Like, fuck that.
We did
They're
sympathize
all-
with a lot of sharks yesterday.
They're all animals and they are hungry and they are aggressive and they don't like us.
Aaron, let me ask you something.
Okay.
How many sharks do you think? How many people are killed by sharks per year in the world?
I couldn't care less.
Just give
They
a
all
number.
deserve it.
Just give me a guess.
They all deserve it. They went in the back door.
Okay. Yeah, so how many do you think are killed?
It's probably not a lot. It's probably like 20, 30 maybe.
What did we find out? 6?
6 to 8
7
a
or
year.
something.
6,
yeah.
7. How many sharks
guess.
do you think are killed by humans each year?
Oh, probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
74 million.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not enough, in my opinion.
74 million sharks are killed.
Yeah.
They
No,
should be afraid of us.
They are. That's why they attack us when they see us.
No, they usually try to get away unless you're a bull shark.
How many shark attacks are there? Not deaths, but how many shark attacks are there?
That's
I
a good-
mean, and it's bad branding too. Shark attack. They're not attacking. They're just eating. They're fishing. They're going to the grocery store.
Yeah, you're in their home.
Yeah, this
That's
is
why.
ridiculous.
That's why you and I don't go there.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm good. Let the home and I don't agree we should be killing them either, right? Because that fucks up the whole ecosystem of the ocean. We always give you that example of like when you take out all the wolves and one thing, the deer run rapid, they eat up all the grass. Like this is just a circle of life shit, right? Stop
Ask
killing
Arian
sharks.
the question you asked us, PFT.
Which
How many are killed?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, you just did?
Yeah, just
You're
said
not listening?
Where
74
where
million.
the fuck
Blanking
in
out.
the last 4 minutes?
I'm blanking out. We got an email about our men's hockey league team smoking marijuana in the parking lot, and they basically just built an entire rule around our team. The email says we also have to amend our alcohol and other policies to include recreational marijuana due to a certain team.
So you can't
Sent
smoke
the
pot in the
entire-
parking lot?
Yep, sent to the entire league, but due to a certain team.
So you got somebody like told on you.
Yeah.
Somebody told the commissioner of your men's hockey league team
Yep.
to be like, "Hey, these guys smoke pot in the parking lot."
That person's a hero.
That is that is an episode of The Office.
This person is a snitch. Beat
Oh,
him up when you see him.
I got the cops called on me
Really?
Sunday night. Yeah,
Glad I brought this up.
I was pumped. I was actually like, hell yeah.
I saw that tweet. I was very
Yeah,
proud of
still
you.
got it. Yep. I was playing cards on my porch. There were 4 of us, and we were playing music at a very low volume. I'm pretty sure it was like yacht rock. It was probably Steely Dan. And we were talking at a regular volume with music at what I would call like medium low. And a cop pulls up in front of my driveway, and he steps out and he like shines a flashlight on the address part of my house. And then he's like looking around down the street. And then I can see that he's approaching my house, and I'm on the porch, and he looks confused. And I was like, "Hey, what can I help you with?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got a call. Could you guys keep it down a little bit?" I was like, "Wait, somebody called the cops on us for this?" And he was like, "Yeah, I guess so." He was just as dumbfounded as I was that encounter is what the cops got called for. I was like, "Sure, yeah, I guess I'll turn my."
People that call the cops for noise complaints, HOA members. There's like a few other categories that I can't think of off the head. All fucking need to just go away. All
Yeah.
those people can just go away, bro. Oh my God, I hate them all.
I think the only valid reason to ever call the police for a noise complaint is if it happens every single night, and you've gone and you've talked to them before, and it's actually physically preventing you from sleeping. Or if you have a young child that can't get to sleep because of it, and you've had the conversation. But anybody that calls the cops without having a face-to-face conversation, yeah, fuck them.
Nah, I got 4 kids, and so what I did was I let them fall asleep. I made them fall asleep, like listening to loud music, right? So they would fall asleep in the studio with me on my chest, sleeping while my shit is blasting, because it submerges them in sound. Like babies fall asleep with what they're accustomed to with their environment, right? And so like those houses, I used to hate going to people's houses growing up. Like, hey, be quiet, man. My dad, what? Like, make noise. Be a human being. All this quiet shit is, I don't like it. I don't like that. It's a bad take.
Okay, all right. I mean, we can agree to disagree on that one. I'm just saying, if you're the parent of a child that can't fall asleep and it happens all the time, I can understand why you would get upset about it and why you'd want to have a conversation. But calling the cops on 4 people playing cards, not being loud, is just a ridiculous thing. I don't know who possibly called the cops on me. That's the weird part about it. I need to know which one of my neighbors is the coward. So how do I go about finding that out?
Or do you think you got?
Ask.
Yeah, ask around. Or do you remember when people used to get swatted on YouTube?
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to do that to you, but that's how they're doing it.
Yeah, maybe somebody just like saw my truck
And they're like, "Fuck this guy."
and they're like, "I hate this guy," so they called
You
the
got a
cops
truck?
on me. Well, for the summer, yeah, I'm driving a big gay truck around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe they're homophobics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good
Yep.
call. That's what it is.
100%.
Found. You know what? It's the church next door.
Is there a church next door?
Yeah, the church next door.
The church next door called the cops because they think you're gay.
They're like, somebody's on the porch being real gay.
Hey, yo.
That's why the cop was so confused.
Yeah.
He's like, there's nothing gay
He
going on.
just
here."
looks at me. He's
It's
like,
like, this dude's so straight.
he's like, that dude is fucking. That dude fucks chicks.
Hey,
That's false alarm.
That dude's straight as a nail.
Yeah.
hey, tell me what you think of this dog. I got a homie in a group chat who was like, he says some wild ass shit. I was like, yo, that's homophobic. He's like, no, it's not. He's like, I was like, that's the definition of homophobic. And so we had this big old argument. It's like 12 dudes talking. And he said he's not homophobic. He just thinks it's weird and gross. And I was like, that's like the definition, my guy. He's like, nah, no, it's not. And then he started saying, did you want to watch two dudes fucking? I'm like, nah, but it's just a preference. I don't get grossed out by it, bro. He's like, it's weird and gross, but I'm not homophobic. That's homophobic, right? I'm not bugging.
Let's see. Is it gross? I think my reaction, if I were to just open up my eyes and there was like a naked dude in front of me, I don't know if I'd be
that's not what
grossed
we
out.
thought.
I'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think it's homophobic.
It's
I think
homophobic.
gross makes it homophobic.
Yeah.
If you just said it was weird, like straight people think gay people are weird, gay people think straight people are weird. Like you don't get it.
It's
Yeah, I guess that definition is loosely, it's kind of like semantics, but like it's
When
the
you say
gross
weird
part.
and gross, it's hard to say.
It's a slippery
He also-
slope.
He also qualified it with he said homosexuals are unnatural.
That's
And I was
homophobic.
like, and I was like,
that
my
was more
guy.
important than the first
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that was later on in the conversation, but he said weird and gross, and I was dying. Like, but he was like defending it. I was like, dog, that's you're just. I literally screenshotted the definition of homophobia, and he was like, nope, that's not it. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, like have you seen the homophobic dog on Twitter?
No.
Oh God, it's like this gay couple has a dog that makes like these weird side eyes, and they put homophobic comments over the dog and pretend the dog is homophobic, and it's like you are unnatural. Like God will punish you for this.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Is it
It's
what
so
kind of dog
funny.
is it?
I don't really. It's like a little white dog. It's like a little white dog, and it's so.
what
funny.
kind of dog is it?
Or it's like
I need to know.
at the end of Pride Month, like they posted a
What?
picture and it was like pack it up, Skittle Squad.
Why do you need to know what kind of dog it is? Or how does this change anything?
Because
Awesome,
I
too.
need to know what types of dogs are homophobic.
That's a
There's
good.
turtles
Let's
out
go
here.
around. Everybody say your most the dog you think would most hate gay.
Okay,
people.
well I know the most racist dog.
What's that?
Most racist dog has got to be, without a doubt, the Doberman Pinscher.
It's like a
I was gonna say
It's like
German
a-
Shepherd.
That
the
dog is
homophobic dog.
yeah, German Shepherd, probably racist too.
I have to look Google Doberman. I don't know what that looks like. Oh yeah, he definitely looks he looks a little like he's the one you bring to like horse races and shit.
Most homophobic dog. All right, let's see. I would say, Bloodhound.
I like that. I think pit bull.
Malinois.
But a pit bull is the homophobic one, but he closet and he in a closet. He actually
Yeah.
gay himself.
Yeah, takes like real good care of his body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
always gets his nails done.
Is a bodybuilder.
Is a bodybuilder. Yeah, the reason I said bloodhound is just because they remind me of just old people in general. A bloodhound's like an old man that's like, they're taking over a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do this behind closed doors and not put it in my face all the time? I can smell them.
A bloodhound called the cops.
Yeah. Bloodhound called the cops on me, a straight man, because he thought I was gay. It's despicable. But now, you know what? Like, I'm gonna go out there and have a little word with Joey and Pat, and be like, "Hey, listen, man, I feel your pain.
Yeah.
I feel your pain. I've been a victim too."
I am discriminated against.
We're just assuming these people who call the cops on you are homophobic.
No, that's what happened. That's definitely what happened.
Yeah.
Big T, what's your most homophobic dog?
I think a basset hound looks like it might be pretty homophobic.
Yeah. I agree. Kind of the same vibe as a bloodhound.
Yeah, older.
Older, droopy.
Yeah,
Not-
definitely.
they're not having any fun with their own life.
Yeah.
So they judge everybody else that seems to be happy.
Exactly. His whole essence is what the fuck they got going on over there. It's his whole vibe.
They're doing something, and I'm not having any fun, so I don't like it.
Exactly.
All right. Any other homophobic dogs?
I said the Malinois.
Malinois?
Seems like too, it's like toxic masculinity.
It's aggressive.
Yeah.
It's great. I'll tell you what, Leroy loved gay people.
Oh, Leroy was definitely not homophobic. Leroy was an ally.
Is it possible for a dog to be gay? Because I'm pretty sure Leroy was definitely bi.
He was probably like bi-curious, yeah.
Yeah, he would do this thing where his best friend Bentley, which is Will from Hard Factor, his dog Bentley was a boxer, and Bentley and Leroy were best friends. And so Leroy would just lay down on the ground, and then Bentley would go stand over top of him and just stand with his penis resting on top of Leroy's head. And then Leroy would just like chill and just like look around, and they would stand like that for minutes at a time. Like Bentley casually resting his dick on Leroy, and Leroy just being like, "This is my best buddy."
Nothing wrong here.
Nope, just guys being dudes. But yeah, I just assume Leroy, he was open-minded.
Yeah. He was a city dog.
He was very much city dog. Also,
Can dogs be gay?
I don't know. I think they can
I'm
have like
Googling
different
it.
preferences.
It's a question for Alex Jones.
It is. But there were a lot of trans people that lived on my street in the last apartment that I lived on, and they all loved Leroy. I would be taking Leroy out for a walk, and almost every time there'd be a trans person that would stop by. If it was like late at night on a Friday or Saturday, there'd be somebody that would stop by and just be like, "That's my boyfriend," and I'd be like, "Yeah, Leroy, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
he's very handsome."
What kind of dog was Leroy?
He was an English Mastiff. So you know, like the Sandlot. You've seen the Sandlot, right?
Oh, so he was big as hell.
Yeah, he's at like
He's
170
like a bear.
pounds.
Hell no.
Yeah, I would never have introduced you to Leroy, by the way, ever,
No, sir.
because
No,
you
sir.
would shoot Leroy.
Nah, I would just not be in the same room, man.
So can dogs be gay? In short, dogs can't really be gay because dogs don't have a sexual orientation or consistent sexual preference the way some humans do. So basically, like, dogs don't have sex for pleasure.
They're bi. All dogs are bi. That's the name of a good children's book that I'm going to write and put in a library, and Big T is going to lose his shit over
Yeah.
it.
No, they'll put it in all the public schools soon enough.
PFT gone woke. PFT gone woke. Oh, nice little.
Gone.
His fans don't think it's funny, man. His fans don't really catch on. It's weird.
No,
they give you the pass. They give
No.
you a pass.
like I don't consider myself woke. I think that woke is just a bullshit term that's been co-opted.
Absolutely.
It's been co-opted by both sides. If you ask somebody what woke means, they can never really give you a description.
Well, one side invented it, and the other side tried to make it a pejorative, like they always do.
Woke is like porn. You don't know it until you see it.
Okay. We will see you guys next week on Macrodosing. Big guest coming next week. Big guest. Gonna be fun. And until then, check out the Barstool store. We've got new t-shirts, all sorts of stuff out. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you're buying. We love you guys.
Woke.